Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Word here with another video, and today we're bringing you Legend League with Long Royal Champion into Root Riders. And this is an army that I've brought mostly from hard mode. It's going to have a recall in the Clan Castle troops, so let me just make sure I don't mess that up right here. Long RC, request for that, someone will give that to me. But yeah, let's just make sure, we're using the Long Royal Champion charge, and you have a bunch of rocket balloons to funnel you in. That's kind of the idea of this army, to help your RC avoid the bait, get deep into the bases. The Ice Block's there to help on the invis bases. And yeah, let's just go crush them with the overpowered Royal Champion charge into Root Riders. Alright, into the first base here, we've got a lovely core, and this one's just really going to showcase the power of this army. You might notice I only have 3 Root Riders. That's because I have 2 in the troop launcher. And to be honest, if you bring 5 in your army, there's just not a whole lot left you can bring, since we're bringing so many rocket loons. So I only bring 3 so that I'm able to carry the rocket loons and enough support troops. But yeah, let's just get into this one. I'm thinking entering on the Town Hall, honestly, is going to be my choice entry. And yeah, nothing too slick right here, just a nice Town Hall entry. Hopefully invising the storages. Yep, so the Royal Champion can get in right there. I'm going to take down this Tesla. Figured there'd be more, so we'll just take those down just to make sure, nice easy pathing from my Royal Champion. And now that we've found the Tornado Trap, we're looking pretty good right here. I'm hoping my Royal Champion... I might take down this Expo just to make sure that I go towards the left. I mean, it does pull the Clan Castle, which usually is not something I like to do. So that might have been a mistake by me, because now I'm on the Giga Bomb, which is what I was trying to avoid right there. But we're still going to poison right here. Okay, my Royal Champion's actually into a lot of heat. Got to invis over these Ice Golems. So far, honestly, this is not that successful of a charge. And yeah, it's because I kind of pulled the Clan Castle right there, which is not something you want to do. But I'll pull her out right here. And yeah, we're going to enter in right here behind the Fire Spitter. And we're just going to get the value like that. Troop Launcher, Queen. And this is not even an amazing Royal Champion charge, and I'm not worried in the slightest that we're not going to 3-star this one. If we do, this is really just going to showcase the power of the army, but I'm convinced that I will. The key is going to be always a late Warden ability. You kind of have to use your Warden ability to save your Royal Champion almost exclusively, since she has no support, since you use the haste file on the entry. But yeah, I'm going to pop the Ice Block right here just to really help the healers kind of stay caught up right here. But I'm ready to pop my Warden ability. I'm a little afraid with the Rage Tower right there, that if I pop it before the Rage Tower, I'm going to be in big trouble. So kind of waiting a little bit for that. But as you see, my RC is getting a little weak right here. There, I'll pop it. Look at that. She's perfectly weak. I've got Ice Golems. I got Roots in there. So, I mean, we'll see how this one ends up. I got a pretty bad charge on it. It's probably the worst example of the power of the RC charge, but... we're still looking pretty good because my King's helping over there. My Queen and RC in the core, like the heroes just do so well. And you're going to see this one right here. My Queen's going to finish out the core. And, I guess we're going to see how I can clean up. But I'm convinced this one goes through. I mean, there's just kind of an Archer Tower down at the bottom. And honestly, I'm going to take it down just so that there's nothing. Right now there's just an air defense, and then that mortar's dead, I guess. So with the air defense is dead, yeah, look at that. We're still going to triple with like the worst RC charge. I invested every single spell in right there and got like the Town Hall and like 3 Expos. But you know what? We're still going to get the 3-star because this army is just that strong. And hopefully I can prove to you how overpowered it really is in some of these other attacks. But yeah, for now we'll take that 3-star and get into the next one. Okay, we got ourselves a double Rage base. And on this one... I'm thinking I want to get into one of the Rage Towers for sure. And based on seeing the decorations deep in there, I know there's not many traps deep into this base. And I think what I'm going to do is exactly what this army's meant for, which is using these rocket balloons right here to funnel me in to an angle that nobody enters from. Okay, I don't like the Tesla being there. I don't know if I can get that down in time. Okay, just. I'm going to pop an invis. I know that was right about on the 0, but I just had to get that down right there. Another invis right here. And I think I'm going to single cycle that one, so I'll see what happens. Nice, okay, we like that a lot. Going to start double cycling around here. There's my Quake. But you see by where the decorations are deep in this base, all the traps are probably up by that multi-archer tower, and I'm entering in through the backside, which not many people can enter into because of the fact that those buildings on the right that I funneled out with the rocket loons are meant to pull your pathing, and I just took them down, so I didn't even path that way. I didn't get into the core, which sometimes is nice, so that stinks a little bit, but I mean... I'm not mad at this value. I'm probably just going to recall right here because, yeah, there's probably more traps and I don't really care about that. And I'm just going to start right here because I'm going to enter into the Rage Tower right away. That's the best use, I think, of, how I want to use this Warden ability. And the Town Hall's on the back end, and usually I save the Warden ability that deep, but I don't think I'll be able to on this one because Yeah, because there were just so much damage in this Rage Tower compartment, I think I'm going to have to pop the Warden through that, meaning, the Town Hall is just going to have to be residual, having enough, alive at the end to clean that up. So I'm confident, though, that we get through this compartment, that this base is absolutely smashed. So that's what I'm going to do. And, right here we're pushing still pretty well. The Giga Bomb's a little deeper, so I'm trying to just hold off maybe a little bit, testing for some mines to try and keep my healers alive. But now right there, boom, you see that? The roots were really weak and about to hit the Giga Bomb. Perfect time to try and keep them all alive through this section. And I wanted to use the Invis to maybe preserve the roots' health. But I think since I'm wardening early, the best use is going to be on my Royal Champion to keep her alive. Because as I mentioned, that's the goal of the Warden ability. And since I already burned it, she doesn't have much support now. And she's my strongest hero, so I'll pop it right there. I'm not sure how good that was. Okay, I actually did leave the monolith out. I thought I accidentally covered it up, so, that was exceptional. And, yeah, the space is going to be absolutely crushed right here. You see me just cleaning up the backside with these rocket loons. I think they're, in almost every army, I'm actually going to say every army, they're a better use than the super barbs because they do clean up just like that, as you saw on a bunch of buildings, but also, they help with your Royal Champion funneling, your fireball setting, whatever it's going to be. So if you have the space for rocket loons, I think they're absolutely incredible. And this base just got absolutely demolished by it. Absolutely, absolutely demolished. And yeah, let's get in the next one. Okay, we got ourselves another Invis Rage base. And now I get a chance to recover on what happened on the last one. So I got to get into this core. And there's a hook tower, so once again, I got to be a little careful with that. But I think I got to find my entry because there's a lot of heroes. But I think entering from this fire spitter kind of into the core is nice. That's what I'm looking at right here. Take out the bomb tower, take out the mortar just to help with the amount of buildings I have to get through, being as little as possible so I can save as many invis for me in the core. Right here I go invisible, and this is beautiful because I don't even have to worry about being, over by the clan castle. We're going up perfectly. Probably, I think, natural pathing from the multi-arch tower into the core, if I had to guess. That's what it's looking like to me. I'm really hoping so. Otherwise, I got a quick redirect ready onto the fire spitter. Okay, no, we path in. Beautiful right there. I'm going to pop the ice block. And I learned my lesson. We're invis right here, but I'm going to pop this one at 7. Not going to let the hook tower pull me in. I haven't actually dealt with an invis base that had a hook tower as well, so that was my first time dealing with it. And, yeah, we're going to roll right through this core and kind of showing the power of this long World Champion charge. And, the difference with Root Riders is they really, really benefit from having the Royal Champion alive in the attack from the aura, taking out skeletons and such. So in a dragon attack, you're totally fine with her just dying. She's already gotten her value. But yeah, with Roots, it's actually incredibly useful to have her alive. And there's just never been a way to do that until this army kind of became meta. Look at that Ice Golem getting pulled in just wonderfully. And what I want to do on this one is I'm going to funnel into the Inferno Tower because I want my king to run that top side. But at the moment, he's just going to go in and die. So trying to create better pathing right here. Okay, that doesn't go in yet. There's 4 balloons that are going to go take out the single Inferno and maybe damage the queen. Yeah, they did about half health, so that was helpful. And you're just going to see with the Rage Gem, because you take out so much damage in your Royal Champion charge, this is why I've only got 4 healers, because there's so much damage gone. There shouldn't be much left on the base. And you just see right here, the Rage Gem is able to keep everything up, and the Warden ability is not even really needed to push through this entire base. And that's just the way that the army is, utilizing the Rage Gem to perfection. By taking out so much damage, there's not too much that'll overwhelm it, and you can just keep up with everything with just the Rage Gem. And look at all the Troop Launcher Giants. This is just one of the reasons I love the Troop Launcher. There's so many Giants, Barbs, just all these little tanking features that, go so well with an army like this that has power with the heroes, just all these little tankings. And, yeah, 2 rocket balloons right there just to tank the path of the healers into the back end, any kind of final area they would go. And you see me using the Warden ability right there because the Warden was targeted by the mono, and it protects this balloon for a little longer. It already pulled 1 black mine, so got crazy, crazy value. And, yeah, we're just going to swag 2 heroes ability on this base and absolutely destroy it. So a phenomenal 3-star on the Invis base, kind of recovering for what happened earlier and really showcasing, the power of this army. And, yeah, that's how you're going to approach these bases, making sure you get into the core and, pop the ice block to keep you there, and just triple the base from there, wrap around, and, no problem. So let's get in the next one. Okay, we get into a weak Flame Spinner, but the rest of the base looks fairly leveled up, decently supercharged. But double Rage base, and this one doesn't have any decorations to give it away, but I think what I'm going to try and do, I'm trying to decide right here, but I think I'm going to go for a little bit of an unorthodox entry. I just don't want to pull the clan castle, and that's the only problem with entering like this. But yeah, what I'm going to do right here is actually enter in onto this wizard tower. Not something you see very often, and that's because I'm going to try and enter into this rage tower from probably the weirdest angle you've ever seen. I'm going to try and go in through this fire spitter. Nobody does this because, as I mentioned, they can't take out all those buildings I just did with rocket balloons and set the pathing. But since we have them, we can, and it just makes sure you can't be baited. That's kind of the entire premise of this attack, is the fact that you can enter in ways that the base isn't defending and avoid the bait, because obviously the base is going to be baited somewhere around the right or left side there. I'm not sure which one, and so just to avoid it, I just, don't do either. And might hit the tornado trap here because it's opposite the Giga Bomb in my haste, which would be a little unfortunate, but I mean, we're going to take out that entire compartment. We didn't quite get into the core, but I'm totally okay with that. And right here, okay, I was going to pop an invis to try and go get the gear tower. We went outside the base right there, but honestly, that was great being able to pull that. And yeah, we want to finish on the town hall as always, so we're going to enter directly into the rage tower once again, making sure my healers are well away that they cannot get splashed by this furnace. Look at that baby dragon shot. Boom, snipes the headhunter. RC's in, troop launcher queen. Usually I delay my royal champion quite a bit just to ensure that she doesn't get targeted, because the healers don't always go to her right away. But I used her fairly early on this one. I'm holding off on the king in case there's Tesla. I don't want it to pull him back in. But I think what I'm going to do is try and go king outside and use that right there. I'm going to use an ice block early right here just to preserve, I think, my warden ability as long as I can. Not necessarily sure if I can continue to hold it, but I'm going to wall break my king in right here. Got a headhunter already on the queen, so maybe I didn't even need to break him in, but I did. And yeah, we're just going to roll through this base. So I'm going to keep the warden ability through this. And there's just nothing left. Like, there's just 2 heroes on the back end, and that's literally it. But some roots getting chucked out, and the reason is with 3 roots, not only, as I mentioned, does it give me more space for rocket balloons, but also your root riders kind of die out as they're being tanked, and then you see the healers kind of on heroes, on whatever. But what's really, really important is it chucks out full health root riders deep into the base, and that's just not something you get in any other kind of army. So it also just adds some incredible value in that sense as well. So we're going to get a kind of very convincing 3-star right here, holding the queen ability and kind of just destroying everything that's left on this base. I wish I had one headhunter, because take by the bugger, we'd easily crush that. But yeah, there's just so many, as I mentioned in the last attack from the troop launcher, like junk troops, all these giants, all these barbs, whatever even comes out of the troop launcher with my ice golem and root, just kind of all together right there. And yeah, they do a phenomenal job of just kind of overwhelming the base together. And yeah, nothing left on this base, just this cold storage. Unfortunately, I don't have like a king ability to clean it up, so I'm going to have to walk all the way over there, which sucks a little bit. But honestly, once she starts to get tanked, yeah, I can sneak into minions and some archers. Okay, they didn't sneak in, but as you can see, it was weak. We get the 3-star, and let's get in the next one. Okay, into the second attack, and this is an invis tower, so I really got to show you guys on this one how to get into these, since these are common bases you're going to be finding. But I just moved into school in the last couple of days, and since moving into school, I kind of got to figure out what my schedule is going to be like. First of all, I had to actually move in, so that's why I didn't post a lot in the last couple of days, and it wasn't as consistent because I actually had to move in and wasn't as free. But you're going to kind of see the power on this one of I funneled out the left right there, funneled out the right ricochet cannon, and there's just nowhere for my royal champion to go but the core. So I'm going to redirect her right there into the core. She's going to trigger the invis tower. I'll pop the ice block on her, and I'm going to hit this invis at like 5. So she's going to come back. Oh, no way. She just got hooked in right there. Okay, I had to adjust to that one quickly because of where the hook tower was. Actually, the fox is still alive too, and I'm double cycling here. So this is... Oh, I missed that one. This is a really interesting charge because I'm not even getting the core, which is kind of a problem because I don't even have the... whatchamacallit, ice block now. So I do got to get in right here. I don't even know if I have a log launcher. Okay, I do. So I'm actually going to use that right there just in case it helps. And yeah, I got to funnel my queen kind of in right there. There's the king on the outside. So I didn't account for the hook tower on this one. Pulling my RC like that, I should have maybe thought about that. But the log launcher is kind of just there to take out the invis tower and, help with some damage into the core. But mostly trigger it right here because I knew it would be coming back. Unfortunately, literally every single root is already dead. So I'm going to pop the warden right here because as long as I can get through this core, I always give myself a fighting chance. So log launcher is doing its thing. It's going to pop out some roots right there. It's not crazy good what I got right here, but I mean, it's something at least. I'm going to invis the healers. I was hoping to get the roots in that. I did not, but where's the king? He's way outside the base right here. And I kind of need my queen to turn back around to the core. I'm not sure if she's going to. Okay, there she does. So she's going to get down the core. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if this one's going to triple just because, not taking out the core on an invis base is kind of like the golden rule. But I tried my best with how I got hooked in right there. But yeah, I don't think this one's going to go through, unfortunately. So, unfortunate turn of events. But as I said, I'm hoping to be more consistent again with posting. I just had to move into school, and so had to kind of get that all situated. And now that I'm moved in, I can get that all done for you guys. But we're gonna kind of finish out on this laboratory, and this attack is incredibly strong. Unfortunately, I did get hooked in because I just ice blocked. I should have just used the invis as well. It was totally worth it, and this base would have been crushed. But let's get in the next one and recover here. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, I thought I maybe entered that one too quick before getting my stuff. But 3% tint right here. I know this clan. And another Invis Rage base. So I got to avoid the clan castle. Pulling it with the rocket balloons is something that I've learned to not be good. I also want to avoid the flame spinner on the charge to not kill my fox. But I think I got a nice entry right on this wizard tower. So I'm going to try and snipe out that right there. We'll see how I can actually get through that because I'm not a big fan of, all I'm seeing right now. So we'll see right here. I'm going to take down that. Take down this Tesla on the left. Kind of trying to single cycle right there onto that expo. Okay, now we've set pathing into the bomb tower. I'm going to take out the builder hut right there. And I'm just going to redirect into the core. Oh, we're on the queen. Okay, nice. We actually got her invis right there. Okay, there's my double cycle. And we don't have an ice block or a hook tower on this one. So on this base, I'm fine right here. Going to hit the double cycle, but covering the scatter shot, as you noticed, so that I push deeper into the core. Otherwise, I would have went out of the base, and I need to get this town hall down. I'm in the core, and I absolutely have to get it down while I'm here. So I'm going to pop the invis, and I'm just hoping to get as many defenses as I can in this haste vial. Looks like we get a couple down right here, and honestly, I'm going to enter behind this fire spitter, kind of this direction, all the way in this corner. Can't think about it too long, but yeah, I do like this entry a lot. There's the queen, there's the king on the outside. Almost just put down the clan castle instantly. Troop launcher right there. And gonna get a poison onto the super dragon because there's not usually much else to poison. Now I'll get him a royal champion because, as I mentioned, I like to wait a little bit. The only problems can be when you wait too long that she goes off on her own. Like if I put her into that core and everything wrapped around, and now she has 0 support, that's not good. So you don't want her too much on her own, but I like to delay her quite a bit there. So my king's going to do a beautiful job wrapping right here. The expo is not too much to tank, so I like that a lot. This multi-arch is going to kind of get skipped, which is a little annoying, but I'm going to try and sneak a headhunter in right here when I pop my warden. And look at that bugger pulling red mines in the core, just beautiful right there. Warden ability now to catch that headhunter, and we're getting into a bit of damage. The healers are getting weak, so I know it's a phenomenal time. I'm going to actually take down that builder hut with the king ability just to try and force me into that core. Looks like my royal champion is the thing that's going to go back for that multi-arch tower, which is totally fine with me. As long as it's something, I'm not going to complain. And yeah, we just crushed this base. I mean, the king ability was literally just for pathing into the core. So I'd call it swagged. And you see the royal champion working in through the back end right here. She's going to take down the queen. My queen ability is absolutely swagged in it. I mean, I just hope you guys can see the power of this army because there's like at least 4 root riders I see full health and alive. Actually, I think I see all 5 right there. A bunch of giants, as I mentioned, in every attack kind of cleaning up. And just convincing triple after convincing triple, as long as you can land your royal champion charge at the entry correct. And without further ado, let's jump to the next one. All right. Interesting. This one's just a rage core, not an invis rage core, so I don't have to burn the ice block or like a couple invis while I'm frozen. So that's always nice. I should be able to get a lot of value right here, and we'll see how I can get this entry down. I kind of want to walk, along this wall that I'm tapping all the way into the core, because then there won't be too many traps, but I think I see a way in, and that's going to be funneling out this mortar and air defense right next to it. But I got to make sure I get my invis down in time. So I get that right there, landed, and yeah, we'll look right here. I think the multi-arch doesn't look like I'm going as far to the left as I thought, but that's fine because after the multi-arch tower, I should do the exact same thing, which is go into the wizard tower and into the core. I'm going to snipe down this builder hut just to stop me from getting outside the base. Hopefully snipe it out at least. Yeah, we do. Okay, nice. Yeah, that pushes me directly into the core. Okay, no, it's still up right now, actually. Somehow I missed that, which, you see right here. Pulled me right out of the base. So I'm going to pop my haste ability through this poison. I popped that invis a little early right there at 8 or something, but not too bad because we'll hit this one at 5, which will take me all the way to 0 on the fox cycle. We dive right into the core, which I already quaked, knowing I'd be in there. It looks like I'm going to lose the fox to this flame spinner because it does a lot of damage, but we'll see. She might be able to survive. No, Giga Bomb's going to get me. Okay, I got one more invis right there. Oh, don't go down. Okay. Aura will take that down. That's as far as I'm going to get, but I'm going to enter in the backside as I've done in all these attacks behind the fire spitter or whatever damage is kind of left up. There's the king. He might have been a little early because I'm not sure if he's going to be outside the base on this one. But I'm going to take down the air defense to try and kind of force pathing into the core. It looks like I might be able to, on this one, get in towards that Fire Spitter early. That's kind of the goal. I'm going to wall break my king in even because that backside's open. So as long as I can get into this compartment, he can walk into the Expo on his own later. Now that the Expo's tanked on the king, I'm going to pop the Baby Dragon to try and take down the air defense because if you notice, I'm going to just pop the Warden right there. There's no air range stuff. Okay, there's a Tesla, it looks like, so that pop up. Yeah, a bunch of Teslas, but before I could see those, if I took down the air defense, I would have gotten, close to the Ricochet Cannon before the Scatter Shot got me. But, yeah, I mean, the Ice Block's not even bad if I don't happen to use it on the World Champion charge. In my opinion, I have tested using, like, a Giant Arrow during the RC walk, and I think that the Ice Block's better because, if I don't use it on the entry, I can use it, like, right here, right, like how low my roots are, and especially my World Champion, just let them get topped off with, like, full kind of damage reduction. They'll be perfectly safe during that, and, yeah, popping the King ability right here to get me through these kind of higher HP buildings just super quick, and another convincing 3-star. We'll have one more to go, and yeah, let's finish out the day with this army so that hopefully you guys can use it yourself and get the same results that I'm getting, as long as you can manage your World Champion charge, which I have failed to do once today, but I'm certain that you guys are better than me and can do that. So yeah, let's get in the last hit and finish it off. All right, final hit gets me a Rage Tower, and then there's an Invis right here on the Town Hall. And to be honest, I think what I'm going to do is just let the Invis, when my roots hit it, I'll just Ice Block them on it so they can take it out. So I'm not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is try and make sure I can get into this core. And once again, I go after these interesting entries because of, the fact that we have rocket balloons, which a lot of people don't bring. And we're going to try and enter right here, taking down the mortar, taking down the air defense is mostly the key right there. Because if I can take down those buildings, it kind of funnels me directly in. I'm actually going to even redirect on this Wizard Tower mortar. Because if I go into the Hook Tower, that will push me into the core. I'm thinking that goes to the multi-arch. We'll see. But if I'm wrong here, I could be in trouble. Okay, no, we get into the core just beautifully right there. And, nobody saw that path coming. This base builder, Dong Cheng here from Indo Eternity, had no idea that anybody could even possibly approach from this angle. And I'm going to come in right here and shred his entire core. Looks like he even has a tornado trap in there. So he was expecting people to get in, just definitely not from that entry because I didn't hit a single bait. And, yeah, we're going to take out almost this entire core. I think I'll just finish on this multi-arch right here. Yep. And since I didn't use the Ice Block, as I mentioned, I'm actually going to enter on the Town Hall just because there's not a lot of damage here, so I don't need to use my Warden ability. I like to save my Warden ability for deeper in the attack, and that's just in all aspects. I probably shouldn't have Troop Launched so early because I don't even need it yet, but a bunch of Barbs and Archers are going to be coming out. And yeah, I think I'll try and use 2 Archers to snipe that out. I was going to Baby Dragon. I know it would pull the Minion Prince, but I was going to be okay with that, but I decided not to. I think what I'll do is snipe that down, start kind of some cleanup down there. I'll get my World Champion in now, and the only reason I took that out is so I can get my King funneled in right here. Oh, I haven't even put my roots in. What the heck? I swore I put them down. Okay, there's one Headhunter. There's a Headhunter to help the King with okay, nice. Pop the Ice Block right there just to, 1, help hopefully my healers catch up and keep all of these troops alive. But there's just not a lot of damage right here, and this is why I entered right here. The Town Hall, sure does damage, and usually you want to end on it, but I'd have to warden through this section, and I like it on the back end because your healers can keep everything up, but it gets a little tougher deeper in the base when they've already picked what target they're healing, all kind of stuff like that. So the warden ability works always better at the back end of a base. So if you can figure out where is going to be the troublesome part, for me it's over by this mono, I'll try and end there so I can warden there. If you think the Town Hall is going to be the heaviest part of the base, start on the other side, end on the Town Hall. So we're going to get the triple right here. Once again, very convincingly, still got the Queen ability that I think I'm going to swag on this one, but, it kind of abuses the fact that a World Champion charge is really good, so you make it as long as possible, really utilizing that fact, and then it uses Root Riders, which are also a very good troop, just to open walls for the heroes practically. But I mean, hey, you guys were looking for an army that didn't use Fireball. This army's not bringing Fireball today, and we're just destroying bases, swagging the poison on his clan castle right there. And I think that ends us 306 because of that one fail, but overall, a very good day. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.